What's up, Soul Squad? What's up, Soul Squad? Welcome to my little video. So, guys, welcome. Day is Sunday, and I'm just doing a quick check-in to see how everybody is doing. How's your weekend going so far? Are you ready to go to work? Um, on Monday, because remember, Monday did not do anything to you, and she's there and she's waiting on you. But I just wanted to touch in real quick. You guys saw that thumbnail, and this video is not to blame anyone. This video is not to talk about our new elected president, even though I didn't agree. you know I don't agree to who is president, but it is what it is. We got 4 years to adapt and deal with the situation. Now, the conversation that I wanted to bring to light, and a conversation I know millions and millions of American people are having within their household, amongst friends and family, co-workers, everyone. Just these conversations that's just out there that I don't know that anybody want to put it on YouTube, anybody want to talk about, but it's been all over social media. I done seen posters on TikTok. I done seen comments in IGs. I done seen comments on Facebook. I even heard personal conversations within my home, and with my sons talking to friends about vacationing, going places, taking a trip, getting on the airplane. So that's what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about how I personally feel, how some of the conversations I had with family and friends to talk about how the comments all over social media that I'm seeing. And I just want to touch on me on a personal note, for a person who really don't travel a whole lot. I don't travel a whole lot. From a person who only been on a plane twice in my life, and that's going and coming back. Always had a fear of being on airplanes. I finally gave into that fear and did catch a plane a couple of years ago, and I thought it was wonderful. You got there fast, you came back fast. It was so convenient, and people will always tell you that is still the safest way of traveling. That's what I have always heard when I talk about my fear of riding a plane. In light of the tragic situations of the two plane crash we had in this week alone, because today is Sunday, and we had two tragedies when it came to an airplane. We had one that happened in the Washington, D.C. area. Then we had one that happened in a day or two later in the Philadelphia area, Philly, that they call it. And so people pointing blame and people doing this and people saying that, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm not here to point fingers. My condolences go out to everyone who was on this plane, everyone who was unalive, everyone family who's going through this tragedy. I cannot imagine how you feel one minute your loved ones is coming back from a destination and they're not making it back. I'm here to talk about, and you saw the thumbnail, because these conversations, I said, I seen them. I've been hearing them. I've been reading people saying, "Oh, I'm not getting on a plane again. I'm not never getting on a plane again." I hear my own family members saying, "I'm canceling my vacation." Inevitably, we all will get back on the plane again. Right now, everyone is living within the awe, within fear, within they have people's living right now in the moment. They have fear in their heart right now in the moment. And so I just want to touch on perspective on how I feel right now in the moment when it comes to whether or not will I get on a plane. Right now, in all honesty, and this is just me being honest to myself, I don't feel like I'm comfortable within my soul, within myself at this moment in time to say, hey, I want to book an airline flight today, tomorrow, probably within the next 6 months. I just don't know. Before this, did I even have plans to go anywhere? Yes, I did. I had plans to go somewhere. I had tickets that's on held with a certain airline because I didn't take the vacation. They give you your credit, and I was going to use it during the spring break or summertime. So, but I don't think I'm going to use those tickets now. And I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, I'm canceling my vacation. Amtrak, here I come. Greyhound, here I come. Oh, I'm driving." At least when you drive and you have control of the situation and things like that. America is scared right now. America is scared. We're scared for what happened. You know, we had empathy, we sympathize, we everyone is feeling a certain type of way, for everything that just happened to all the people who was unalive in these plane crashes. So that's giving everybody doubt, giving everybody conflict. People are confused, people are uncomfortable, and right now, somewhere, someone is on a plane. Someone is booking a trip. Someone is getting on a plane. Some people may not even be thinking about it. May not change their way of living because ultimately they still say that is the safest way to fly, the safest way to get anywhere. But for me personally, right now, I don't think that I'm going to get on the airplane. I don't think that consciously, comfortably, and not having a real big anxiety attack will allow myself to actually get on a plane in the heat of this moment. I hear a lot of family members who's saying that they're canceling their vacation. So comment below. How are you feeling about this whole thing? I don't want this to be a whole let's go on. I don't want this to be a tear down. I don't want this to be about politics. I want this to be about how you're personally feeling. This situation, these tragedies, how is it making you feel? Are you comfortable with getting back on the plane again? Will you be postponing vacation? Will you give yourself time, to breathe and to relax and be like, okay, I'm good. Get on a plane. Getting on a plane at this point in your life, would it give you anxiety where you never had it before? Or if you do have anxiety, how that rush of anxiety is going to come on when you do get on this plane. Some of us may need to do the something we never did before. It's like seek therapy. Well, why do I need to seek therapy? Because it didn't happen to me. But it's a tragedy. And other people's tragedies sometimes impact our life, especially if you're a very compassionate, very open-hearted person that you could actually feel other people's pain and it affects you mentally because our mental health is real. And sometimes it takes the slightest things to grasp at it, even if you didn't think that you had any issues or whatever, especially if you're a human being and you have empathy for people. Man, I get on the internet every day, from TikTok to Instagram to Facebook to YouTube. I'm in here crying over someone else's life. I'm in here crying over someone else's tragedy. I'm in here crying over someone else's joy. So you can imagine how I felt when the two plane crashes happened. My heart was just overwhelmed, with sadness and empathy for these families, and like, oh my God, like most of America, like a lot of us was. And so these tragedies, it impact your life. So comment below. Again, comment below how are you feeling? Let's talk about it. Sometimes everybody don't have nobody to talk to. My platform has always been here to be like, let's get things off our chest. Let's talk about what's happening around the world. Someone told me, let's talk about realistic topics that's happening today. So I'm talking about a realistic topic that has happened and how it's affecting the American people, how it's affecting you, your household, your plans, your future, your comfortability, your anxiety. How is it all affecting you? Someone told me once before, or I read someone before, is that don't overthink, don't stress about things that we can't control. The only things that we can control is us. When I say us, I mean our mouth, our situations, the only person that you can control is yourself. So when things are out of your control, try not to focus on it. Try not let it overwhelm you. Try not to let your anxiety overcome you. But sometimes things are more easier said than done. A lot of us try to put things in that type of perspective. Well, it's not my business. Well, it don't have nothing to do with me. I'm gonna go ahead and live and do my life. So at the end of the day, we'll let stuff stress us out. Stuff that we have no control over. Um, but in this situation, even though I don't have no control over it, it kind of like stressing me out just a little bit because I'm thinking about the administration who's in office now. I'm thinking about how he's going to handle this, how his response would be. Would there be any type of concern and this and that and the other? So all that plays a factor in stuff that we can't control. I can't control this government administration, but I do have concerns about it. And it does these two tragedies with this airplane does impact how I'm going to live, or what type of steps that I'm going to take further when it comes to vacationing, my means of transportation, how long it's going to take me before I get comfortable whether or not I want to get on a plane again, or allow a family member like a child or something of mine. I have concerns. I don't think we should catch a plane. How long are we going to put this on the back burner on? How long it's going to be before we actually decide that we're going to use that mode of transportation again. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. It's a lot that we have to take in. And again, I'm not here to place blame on anyone, on any government administration or anything like that. I'm just releasing and venting on how I feel, how this changed my life. Because not only this impact, this tragedy that happened not once but twice in the last week has impacted you. A lot of people's lives has been changed, not just the people who it happened to. Again, my prayers, my condolences, my heartfelt concern goes out to these families. Their life will always be changed because of the ones that they lost. And our life will be forever changed because the way we think about the mode of transportation that we now decide that we want to take or do not want to take. And again, I just heard conversations, and I just want to know, is all of America feeling this way? I know within my household, around my family and friends, this is all I'm hearing is that I'm going to lay back off a plane right now. I'm going to cancel my trip. I don't think I'm never getting on a plane again. Well, that part right there, we always could say a whole lot of never, ever, evers again and things like that. So yeah, we could always say the word never, 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 never. But it's right now, there's so much fear installed in our hearts because of what just happened. So we're going to say never. But ultimately, as time go on, and just like any other incident, any other tragedy, I'm not gonna say that we tend to forget, but we tend to not worry as much, and then eventually people will be back on the airplanes again, not really, having that at the forefront of their mind. Right now, it's fresh, it's new. Everybody is living in fear. Everybody's living in fear because of this, because of this new administration. And for that to happen, then for this tragedy to happen, it's like the fear is intensified. You know what I'm saying? It's like it then doubled up, and people want to point fingers and say, oh, I told you so. I knew something like this was going to happen, and this, that, and the other. So our fear is so intensified now that, of course, we're claiming that we'll never get on the plane again. I'm canceling my vacations. And that could be true. A lot of people could stand 10 toes down on what they're saying out their mouth because of how they really feeling, and the fear feels so real that it could actually make you do the things that you're seeing. Like I said, for me and the people around me, the discussions I've been having, right now, I know that people are saying for now that they're not going to use airplanes as a mean of transportation because they're just feeling some type of way. You know, everybody, all these conspiracy theories, people gonna always have something to like to conspire against. You know, to be saying like, oh, this person did this, and this is why this happened, this is why that happened. In reality, maybe we'll never know why something happened, but this most definitely has shooken the American people. This tragedy really has shooken us to the point where that I think the airlines may end up losing some money. I don't think they're gonna lose a lot, but I think they're gonna see a lot of people, you know, postponing trips, um, um, you know, taking credit, you know, canceling trips, you know, may not be using them airplanes for a while. Like I said, I have never been that person to catch planes. Only be on the plane 2 times in my whole entire life. And again, it took a lot of courage, and I loved it, and I thought it was just so cool. And I got to my destination less than an hour and 30 minutes. So I thought that was so cool and so awesome. And so yeah, so I just want to comment. I don't want to start a political uproar with this. I don't want nobody be pointing fingers at this person, at that person. This video is just to talk about what everybody in America is talking about, whether or not will you ever fly a plane again. And I say right now, living in our fear, living in the fear of who's in office, living in the fear of conspiracy theorists, and living in the fear that the unknown, we can all say right now, oh, I'll never get on a plane again, or I'm canceling my trip, or I'm still going on my vacation, but I'm gonna find another means of transportation. Right now, we're all living in that moment, and so I truly believe we all will stop for a minute, but ultimately, like with every other tragedy, like every other event in this life, in our life, that as the months, as the days and the weeks and the months go and the years go past, we'll tend to not allow the fear to control us, because a lot of us allow fear to control us with that we can't break through it, and anxieties and all that stuff control us and we can't break through. And some of us may really actually stop. Some of us may really not ever ride a plane again. Some of us may just take a time out from riding airplanes. But whatever decision that you make on why you won't ride an airplane again, or why you feel like you're no longer comfortable with that, you know, leave your comment below. And again, even though these tragedies didn't touch you like, you know, it like intimately within your home, within your family, intimately, like it was your loved one anyway, I would say still seek some type of course of counseling, because a lot of us, again, I sit on this internet and I cry for strangers every day, whether it's some type of joyous occasion or some type of sad occasion. This internet will make you so vulnerable. It will touch you, especially if you have your humanity and that you have empathy for people and that you're a good human being. This internet will touch you so hard in such a way that you may need to talk to someone, even though the tragedy didn't hit home, but yet it hit home. You know what I'm saying? It made you feel a certain way. It opened you up. It opened your eyes up on certain situation. Got your mind thinking and wondering things and stuff like that. So, and it's making you make a rash decisions about whether or not you're vacation and how you're gonna, and what your mean of travel will be and how you're gonna get there and what your next steps is. So I feel like even if these tragedies didn't hit home, it hit home, especially if you're a good person and things hit you and you're a sensitive person. I would say if you don't seek counseling or just talk to someone, like we've been doing amongst family and friends, we've been having conversations, and the conversations that we've been having are going deeper than what I'm putting out here, because it's more political. I don't want to really bring political stuff to my platform, but the conversations outside this recording amongst family and friends, it's really political, it's really conspiracy theories, it's really this, it's really that. But I'm not going to bring that. My thing is that, and my questions to you, in light of everything that's happening, in light of this new administration, in light of things that are out of our control, the fear that these tragedies put before us, how do you feel? Will you or will you not ever catch a plane again? Or will you just take a break because you're so uncomfortable right now? Those are the questions I'm putting out there. And I'm giving you the answer on how I feel personally, how people around me feel personally. Everyone that I have spoken to or conversations that I done had an ear hustle to, they didn't say, oh, I'm not getting on the airplane, none this summer. I'm canceling my trip. I'm gonna do another means of transportation. I'm just not comfortable. I feel it's this, that, and this and the other, because I'm not talking politics. So I done heard all of this. And for me personally, I am here to say right now, I have fear within me. And I know we could step out our house today or tomorrow, and tomorrow is not promised. You know, none of us never know when our demise will come, our life forces, or everything will come to the end for us. We don't know. We don't seek a crystal ball. We can't see the future. We just don't know. So anything can happen to you any given day. But right now, what's going on with the airplanes, and just two within 1 week is strange. um and again, it gives people the thought of conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And conversations are being had in American households, amongst friends, amongst family, how you really feeling, what you really think, and how you're going to just take a leave of absence from just flying an airplane, from not a leave of absence from taking that vacation. You're gonna find another means, another way, another source of getting there, another mode of transportation to get there. But I truly believe that a lot of Americans will be canceling their trips, you know, especially in the next month or two. I feel like no one will be comfortable with getting on the airplane unless they really have no choice. Your destination is only airplane bound, and you're going to suck it up and have faith, you know, because one thing we have to do, guys, in light of everything, that's going on, and that's what just happened, we have to have faith in that man upstairs. So, you know, we can't, like I say, when things are out of our control, we can't let it overwhelm us. We can't let it mess with our mental health. We can't let it give us anxiety. We got to give to God. You got to have faith in God. He sees all, he knows all, and he's there for you. So at the end of the day, even though if you say, I have to get on this plane, I don't want to get on this plane, man, you got to give faith to God. Give faith to that man upstairs. With him, through him, everything in your life is possible. Don't give up on him. He won't give up on you. But I do know this tragedy, even though it hasn't hit home, because maybe you didn't have a loved one on neither plane, but it hit home because you as a person, as a human being, we feel for other people. We let other people tragedy touch us in certain ways as if it has happened to us, because, you know, you have a warm heart. You have you're a good person and soul in and out. So anything that happens that you see on the news and stuff, it's going to hit you. That's why I stopped watching the news such a long time ago, because it just reminded me of the world that we lived in, and I wanted to be in my own bucket, in my own bubble, just knowing, wake up, go do that I gotta do, and life is good. I made it back home, give a prayer, and when I went out that door, I made it back, because we're not always guaranteed to. We're not always guaranteed to. So I have faith and I give faith, you know, in this man, in God. So I just wanted to touch on that. It's Sunday. I want to see how everyone is feeling. I want to see how your weekend is going. And I just wanted to touch on, you know, is anyone else having these conversations? You know, what are your conversations like? How are you feeling about the airplane? How long you believe that? We don't know, because you can't put a time limit on any type of feeling or the way you feel. When you know you're ready, you'll just know when you're ready. And again, like I said, if you have faith in God, you just got to, go for it. Do what, because some of us may not, we may need that plane to get to where we're going. You know what I'm saying? We may need to ride an airplane to get to where we're going. Like I said, I'm not here to point fingers at anyone, to point blame at anyone. I'm just here to say, to let you know how I'm feeling, how this whole situation, how it made me feel. Like I said, I was getting on the plane, this summer, and like I wasn't getting on there tomorrow, but I do have plans to catch an airplane. But in the next month or two, no, I'm not comfortable. I'm really not. So I just wanted to touch on that, y'all. Again, I just wanted to find out, are you having these conversations with your friends and family? How you feeling? How has this tragedy impacted you? And again, things that's not in your control, don't let it control you. But, stay safe. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe and do what works for you. What's best for you, your family. Have them conversations among your friends and your family and your co-workers and everything. And talk to someone. If this tragedy hit you, but yet it didn't hit you, but it hit you, open up to someone. Talk to someone. Our mental health is very, very important. And we want to, our mental health is very, very important. So, again, just leave a comment below. Let's not be mean to each other. This is we're in a time where that more people need to have bigger hearts, empathy, sympathy for other people. So if anyone leave a mean comment or anything like that, the comment is getting deleted, because this message is not to be mean. This message is not really to point fingers. It's about your comfortability. How are you feeling? Will you ever get on a plane again? And and if you need someone, remember to reach out to someone. With that being said, Soul Squad, I love you guys for always tuning in. Thumbs up this video. Again, this is all about a check-in, checking on our mental health. This is just a quick PSA on checking in on how you feeling, and will you ever feel comfortable getting on the airplane again? So yeah, until our next video, guys, have a great and super Sunday, and I love you guys so much. I am out.